Hey guys, it's the Addi Queen, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a braided scarf on your 22 pin machine. So for this tutorial you're going to need waist yarn. I'm using black. And then the color of your scarf, I'm using this latte cake. I forget the color of it. A crochet hook and a little bit of patience. So to start, I'm going to cast on with my waist yarn. And since it's cast on, I don't usually do as much. I'm just going to do like 2 or 3 rows. Now I'm going to find the center of my cake. Here we are. And you're going to leave a little bit of a tail, but not much of one. Sometimes it takes forever. There we go. Gee, my goodness. Alright, there it is. Like I said, we're going to leave a little bit of a tail. Nothing too extreme. Reset our counter. And now we're going to do the length that you usually do for scarves. So for this one, I'm going to do 250 rows. I don't want an insanely long scarf, but I don't want one that's like obnoxiously short either. I do have a little knot in my yarn. I apologize. See, look at that. That is annoying. Gee, my mistake. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to do 250 rows. Now I do have this stupid knot that I'm going to try to work in here. Gee, there we go. And of course, with something where you do a lot of rows, I get kind of lazy. I do have my adapter. I have 2 22 pin Addis. This one has a broken handle. So on projects where I use the adapter, I tend to use this one so my other one can get a little bit of a break. This is something that was suggested by one of you wonderful people out there in YouTube land. As this gets longer, you know, I usually just fold it up and keep folding as I go. But it was suggested to me that you actually take your project and you roll it. And ever since I read that comment, I've been doing this and it works so much better. Just a little tip there. But yeah, we're going to continue for the rest of our 250 rows. I'm at 70 rows right now. So that was my last row. So now I'm going to cut a tail, kind of long, and we're going to do waist yarn. but we're going to skip the first 2 pegs. So pegs 1 and 2 have no waste yarn at all right now. Now we're going to do a couple rows here. Pull that tail. There we go. Now we're going to run it through twice with no yarn in the feeder to take our project off the loom. Okay, so that leaves us with 1 tube that's dropping stitches on the side. That's 250 rows. Once you've gotten to this point, congratulations, you get to do the same thing over again. That's right, we're going to make another tube that's 250 rows with waste yarn on both ends. So I'm going to turn this tube right side out, and then we're going to make our second tube, and I'll show you how to join them into a scarf. So here's my scarf so far, kind of thin, you know, nothing too exciting. So let's get to work. Yarn. I'm going to skip the first 2 pegs. And take this out of the loom. Now, just like the other one, we do have to turn it right side out, which isn't all that much work. Okay, now I have this tube, my second tube, and my first tube. We're going to lay them together. Oops, got this one backwards. Rookie mistake. And you'll see where I cast it off, where these are just dropping like crazy on both tubes. So this is where you're going to need your crochet hook. Now personally, I like doing this in groups of 4, but you can do 3 or however many you want. So you're going to grab 4 of these threads from your drop stitches, and it's almost like a giant crochet. So ripping them apart, 1, 2, 3, 4, bottom over the top. We'll go to this tube, 3, 4, bottom over the top, and you're going to do this all the way down your scarf. 4, bottom over the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, bottom over the top. Oops. Now let me zoom in here to kind of show you better what I'm doing. Okay. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, bottom over the top. Basically, I'm just dropping these 2 stitches on both tubes, and then we're crocheting them together. And this is called a braided join because, whoa, It almost looks like a braid here. I do have a tutorial on my channel that goes over specifically just the braid. It's called how to do the Shelby braid join, I think. Something like that. This is also the join I do in all of my blankets. I just love the way it looks. Alright, so we're going to continue and do this across your whole entire scarf. Okay, so now I'm almost to the end here. We're just going to continue until we run out of stitches, which, so here, you know, I have the 4, so I'm going to do that. Woo! And then, of course, on this side, we're going to unravel everything as well. Now it is a kind of a little bit tricky looking, but we're going to take our tail under our waist yarn and pull it out, and then here our tail under the waist yarn, pull it out. We'll wrap that around our hook, take the braid off, wrap around our hook, and jerk it through. Pull it tight, make a knot like that. So now we need to close up our tubes, which pretty easy. We're just gonna take the waist yarn off. Probably should have grabbed a smaller crochet hook for this. Okay, we're just taking the waist yarn off here by closing our tube. This is your basic join, you know, you do for everything, so it's nothing too intense. I did end up grabbing a smaller crochet hook, which boy oh boy, that made my life so much easier. And once your tube is closed, I'm just using these same tails I used at the end of my braid. Like, you know, whatever. So now we're going to go to this end and do the same thing. Fold it in half here. Just connect all of these little stitches. There should be 20 of them total, 10 on each side. Oops. Now these did get kind of tight through here, but you know, make sure you get every single stitch. It's not one, there should be one more on this side. Yep. And again, I am using these same 2 tails for everything. What I'm actually going to do is add fringe, so you won't even really be able to tell these tails are here, because I'll just blend them with the rest of the fringe. Gonna remove our waste yarn. And there's one end. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, but this is what this one looks like so far. Now, something I do to kind of speed up cutting fringe is I actually, excuse me, I actually cut from the outside and inside of the cake. So it's really up to you how long you make yours. You're just going to cut a bunch of pieces all the same length. Oops. Got tangled up in my Addi sitting over there. Rookie mistake. Alright. Okay, so now it's time for the application of our fringe. We're going to take a crochet hook and put it through your tube here. And then I like to put in my fringe in pieces of 2. So I got 2 pieces here. We're going to put it on our crochet hook, pull it through the tube, and then the 4 tails, pull it through like that. So we're going through the tube. We're going to take 2 pieces of fringe, put them on the hook, pull through, put the 4 tails on the hook, pull through, and then you're done. And so you don't have to add fringe, but I am going to add fringe all the way across both sides of my scarf. It is a little time consuming, but I really like the way that scarves look when they have fringe on them, so I'm going to take the time to do it. Of course, at the end, you are going to trim your fringe to be even. It is going to vary a little bit in length. So here it is with both ends of the fringe done. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. The colors aren't my favorite, but I definitely do love this project. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. Happy crafting, everyone!